Hey everyone, my name is Grapey, and I'm going to be spending the next 100 days surviving in Minecraft Pixelmon. You can check out the journey of my first 100 days in the description below and on screen right now. But in this video, I'll be surviving for 200 days. I'll be back here on the PokeSaga server, and the IP to join is play.pokesaga.org. You can check the link in the description below to find my tutorial on how to install Pixelmon and join the server with me. I will be playing in the Galaxy realm, so make sure you join that once you get on the server. The server has a lot of different things to do, like battling gyms, battle towers, going on hunts, and of course, trying to complete the Pokedex. But my goals in these 200 days are as follows. Catch 200 Pokemon. Train 6 Pokemon to level 100. Beat half the gym leaders. Catch a shiny Pokemon. Catch a legendary Pokemon. Hatch a Pokemon egg. And finally, bring a fossil Pokemon to life. I spent a lot of time working on this video, so if you enjoy it at any point, be sure to leave a like. It really does help me out. And if you're new around here, click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to join the grapevine. And without further ado, so begins our journey to 200 days. And so our journey begins here on day 101, where I go outside to my front yard to see a bunch of boats. And if you don't know what these are from a meme from my other 100 days video. Y'all left me a bunch of boats, so thanks. I decided to take a look around the area and see all of you who have came on the server and have made a house. I met 2 viewers outside of my house and we had a little bit of a chat. Then while I was chilling, X Overwrite decided to send me a free Tyranitar level 68. While I was checking out its moves, I saw X Overwrite right out of the corner of my eye, and I decided to start chasing him down, which he eventually led me back to his house. It seems like he was a pro Pixelmon player because his house was absolutely epic with all of the stuff, but I had to thank him for giving me this free Tyranitar that we're going to use in this series. If you didn't watch my other episode, I ended up catching a Cosmog, and this Cosmog is currently very weak. It doesn't have any attack moves, so we're going to need to spend some time training it up. And while I was checking that out, X Overwrite came back and gave me some Gyarados site, which will give me a Mega Gyarados. I also decided to do a trade evolution with him on my Machoke to get it to evolve to a Machamp. And there we go. The champ is in the building, and wait, he disappeared? So he traded the Machamp back to me, and there he is in all his glory. Go ahead and give us a little flex, buddy. You deserve it. Next, I went to Slash Warp training to go ahead and evolve my Cosmog to the next evolution cycle. And there we go. We have Cosmog evolving into a Cosmoem. I do plan on evolving him into a Lunala. And here we are on day 104. It's time to do a Poke hunt. This time, I'm going to take on a hard tier hunt. I need to find a Silo that is female, runt, huge, or small with a hardy, brave, or careful nature. So I went ahead and found which biome it spawns in, and we went to that biome to try and find one, but instead we just found a vanilla ice cream cone. One of my goals is to catch 200 Pokemon in these 200 days, and I'm currently at 111. Once again, I found this weird dimension like I did in the first 100 days, so I decided to go back in to see what I could find inside. And while I didn't really find much except this Pokemon here out in the middle of nowhere, so I had to just go ahead and catch it. There we have a Maractus, and I decided to just leave on that note because there wasn't much. We went back to the overworld, and while I was looking for the Silo, we found a Clink instead, which I decided to catch because it's a cool Pokemon. Finally, I decided to get my Cosmoem to evolve into a Lunala in the middle of the night. Look how amazing it looks. This legendary is definitely epic. I love the purple and yellow. Then I decided to join a dodgeball tournament where I would eventually just get wrecked because, you know what? I'm not the best dodgeball player, okay? I was better in high school. Then I decided to take on yet another hard tier hunt. This time I needed to find a Magmar. While I didn't find any Magmar straight away, I did save some Numels from some cacti that was poking them. Then I found a really rare Pokemon named Vivillon in the sky, and I decided to catch it, finding out that it was super rare, a 0.05% chance. As you can see, this Pokemon has a ton of different patterns you can get, but I got the Sandstorm one. Then I came across a boss Numel in my travels. I decided to take him out and get myself a rare candy in the process. Then I found another boss Wingull this time, and it also gave me yet another rare candy. I spent a few more days trying to find a Magmar and got fed up and eventually went to claim some Vote Crate keys, which got me some pretty good stuff, including a random fossil of Anorith, one of my favorite fossils actually. On day 115, I went back to the desert, taking out yet another boss that got me another rare candy. And somehow by chance, I turned to the left and there we have a Magmar in its glory. I was so excited at this point. I had to catch this thing and just hope that it completed the mission. And that it did. The Poke hunt was complete with that Magmar. Completing my first hard tier hunt got me some keys, which I went back and claimed. After that, I went into a cave to get some bauxite to go ahead and craft some stuff that will allow me to bring these fossils to life. I needed some redstone as well to craft this fossil machine display. And after that, we put in our very first fossil. After some time waiting around, we finally got our first fossil Pokemon, the Anorith. Then I did some more training at the Warp Training Zone, evolving my Clink into a Clang. Then I decided to join another event. This time was a color match, so you have to stand on the floor, whatever color it says, before time runs out and it starts going faster and faster. And eventually I led into the final 3 and finally the final 2, and I managed to take home a win on the color blue, getting me an event key and a block of diamond. I claimed my event keys and I got myself a God Axe, which is very overpowered. I went back to the training zone to evolve my Clang into a Kling Clang. I also took some time to evolve my Anorith into an Armaldo. This guy will definitely be in my party as well. On day 124, I went back to go ahead and make some more fossils come to life. We put it in the machine and we waited a while. While we were waiting, somebody came and dropped me off an Altarianite so I can get a Mega Altaria. And there we go. We have our second fossil Pokemon, an Ammonite. We're on to our third fossil Pokemon. This time we have ourselves the Kabuto. One more fossil complete, getting us an Archon. And finally, we got to the final fossil, which got us our Turtoga. Day 125, we're back out catching more Pokemon. I need to get closer to 200 Pokemon caught. And I came across this little ducklet. And when I was going to catch it, I accidentally threw a Park Ball at it, which if you don't know is one of the rarest Pokeballs in the game. It guarantees a catch pretty much every time. And I used it on one of the worst Pokemon. Luckily, during the night, I managed to find a shiny. We can mark that off the list. We have found a shiny Hoothoot, but we needed to chase it down in order to catch it. Eventually, we caught it, catching ourselves a shiny Pokemon. And there we have our shiny Hoothoot level 10. On day 126, we ended off with 132 Pokemon caught. So I took back to the Warp Training Zone. I thought it was only right that we evolved this Ducklet. And as I was evolving that Ducklet into a Swanna, we saw a boss legendary level Chansey right next to me. So we took out the legendary Chansey and unfortunately only got a Normalium Z, but we got ourselves a Swanna. Let's fly off into the distance. Day 127, we have some fan mail in a chest, so I took to the house and read it. Dear Mr. Grape, please take this chest of goodies and be happy. If you don't take this chest of goodies, then I will take your cookies and never give them back. King FA11. Well, thank you very much. Please don't take my cookies. Next, I decided to take on a medium hunt, and this time I needed to find a Poochyena of the male gender. But while I was doing that, I came across the smallest Geodude I have ever seen, so I just had to catch him. And there we go. We have caught the world's smallest Geodude. Then I found this weird cave in the wall on a cliff. It's called Falcons Cave, and it says danger, but I'm not sure why it's so dangerous. It doesn't seem to be anything in here. I finally found a Poochyena, and we caught it, and unfortunately, it did not meet the requirements, so we were back to trying to find another one, which led us eventually to the border. And once I was at the border, the rarest Pokemon started spawning in. We had a bunch of Togekisses, and they were very rare, 0.2%. So I caught a few of those Togekisses, and I listed one of them on the /GTS where you could sell your items. I spent a lot of time trying to find a Poochyena. I was not having any luck. I was cutting down wood. I eventually found a Pikachu, though. Now we have the world's smallest Pikachu to join our world's smallest Geodude. And there we go. We have failed the hunt, unfortunately. On day 137, I decided to nickname all of my Pokemon, and we have Toga, Luna, Mags, Grind My Gears, Vivi, and Tynaratar, which is actually what the other guy named it before he sent it to me. After nicknaming my Pokemon, we had more fan mail outside, so I read that and it just said, have a nice day. So I went off into the Nether to do some exploring. Inside the Nether, my Magmar met another friend who did a happy dance. Then I spent a lot of time mining quartz for my next build. Next, I emptied off all the quartz at my house and I went back to the crates to go ahead and redeem a bunch of keys. The skill and event crates got me tens of thousands of dollars, and the great crate got me another God Axe. Unfortunately, I have one already, but the second great crate got me a stack of rare candy. And finally, the ultra crate gave me a 2x incense. This time I tried to do another hunt, this time doing a Seawaddle, and that was a pretty easy hunt. I did that very quickly. easy. So after that, I decided to cut down some wood and get back to my house. It's time to start building a basement. I need a storage room, and that's exactly what I did. I cleared out a bunch of space. I built up the walls, and now we have ourselves a nice storage room because I didn't have enough room upstairs. Finished sorting all of my chests, which took a long time. So after that, we headed out to the Warp EV area where we could train my Pokemon some more. I eventually got my Tyranitar to level 100, and as you can see, I got all of my other Pokemon to at least level 80. I felt confident enough to try and take on my first gym leader of these 200 days, the Ice Gym, and I actually managed to have a pretty good battle against this leader. I got down to one of my final Pokemon, but we have managed to take out the Ice Gym leader, taking their Ice badge for myself. So I have now defeated the Dragon Gym, the Fighting Gym, and the Ice Gym. Next, it's time to take on the Electric leader. This guy has got a lot of powers, but not enough to take me out. My Meganium came in clutch, doing a lot of damage to his electric Pokemon, giving me the electric badge. Next, it's time to take on the Water Gym, and I think this one will be pretty easy. I have a lot of electric Pokemon, but it actually was not easy. I got down to my final few Pokemon, but again, the Meganium came in clutch with the Petal Dance. Even a Mega Evolved Swampert stood no chance with the 1 HP clutch to beat this gym leader. I can't believe that. I was super happy to take out the water leader with only 1 HP, taking the Water Gym badge. Now we have defeated over half of the gyms. For my reward, I decided to take on another easy hunt. This time I have to catch a vanilla ice cream cone, which I know is very easy. So I went out into a snow biome, found myself a vanilla ice cream cone. I caught it and enjoyed my vanilla ice cream as a reward. On day 156, I found a random village, and inside it, we had a Team Rocket member, so I had to destroy them real quick. And then I found a boss Magikarp level 105 that somehow managed to put up more of a fight than Team Rocket. I then found this really weird structure in the middle of nowhere, and I found out that it was a Pokemon spawning dungeon that spawns in a lot of different Pokemon. Then on day 158, I found an Ultra Ball on a villager's house, and when I spoke to him, he said, "I am so nervous, I hope I don't mess up my vows." I thought he was getting married, but when I opened up his door and spoke to this guy, yeah, I think he's joining a cult. I left the cult members alone and met this professor that tried to tell me I had a Bulbasaur as my starter. Bruh. On day 159, I came across a very weird structure, and I went down this ladder to see what was going down. I found myself a trainer under here who I decided to just go ahead and defeat. But after defeating that trainer, I went behind and found another identical trainer. So after battling them and taking them out, I was starting to get weirded out. Why is there so many trainers that look exactly the same? So I battled one more trainer and finally figured out that this was the Ivy Gym. After defeating them, we went on to the boss battle at the very end. He was actually not very strong at all. My Zardo was very effective against his grass Pokemon, getting myself a rainbow badge in the process. The next few days, I decided to take on a medium tier hunt. This time I needed to find a Noibat. Unfortunately, I had no luck at all finding this thing, as it's very rare to even find. Next, I wanted to go ahead and start breeding some Pokemon. So to do that, we're going to need a ranch block. I crafted that up and I cleared out a space underneath my house, placing the ranch block. The 2 Pokemon I will be breeding is an Eevee with a Growlithe. And to make them happier, you need to fill in the floor with types of blocks that they like. So for the Growlithe, they like coal and blocks that were on fire. So as you can see, Growlithe's love for Eevee grows rapidly every day. I did the same thing for Eevee and got them to love each other just a bit. Then I went back out into the wild, finding another one of these weird structures before finding out it was the Beacon Gym. This gym specializes in fire Pokemon, so I had to use my water Pokemon to take them out. These battles were quite hard, I'm not going to lie, but we eventually defeated yet another trainer and another one and one more trainer to finally get myself to the boss battle. This guy had me a bit nervous because his other trainers were very tough, and so was he. I managed to get down to my final Pokemon, the Charizard, and I got lucky enough to take out his final Pokemon, Camerupt, with a big hit, taking him out and earning the Heat badge. Back to my house I go on day 168. It's time to check up on those eggs. How is it doing? No egg yet, but it seems like Eevee is starting to like Growlithe even more, and Growlithe loves Eevee as much as possible. While I was working on that, I found a boss Zubat just stuck in my house here. I couldn't battle him no matter how hard I tried. He just did not want to battle me. I answered a trivia question, what is Ash's last name in English, which is Ketchum. Got myself 2 rare candies. While we wait for an egg to get ready in the ranch, let's go ahead and take on an insane hunt. We need to find a Brionne. That is just probably not going to happen. I spent a lot of days trying to even find one, and I had no luck whatsoever trying to find him. Day 177, we're doing some mining, and while I was doing that, somebody decided to send me a free Swampert. Mudkip was one of my favorite starter Pokemon, so you gotta imagine I love Swampert as well. And finally, on day 178, the egg was ready, so I went ahead and claimed it, put it in my party, and now I have to run around with it for a bit to go ahead and hatch it. So to pass some time, I need to catch some more Pokemon. We're only at 143. So let's complete 10% of our Pokédex there, getting us a little reward. Then I found a boss of Vivillon, and I decided to take it out with my own, getting myself a rare candy. Now it's time to catch a lot of Pokemon, and I found a really cool Flaffy out in the wild. I had to catch that. Need an Ampharos at some point. And eventually my egg hatched into a level 1 Growlithe. I put him on the ground, and there he is in all his glory. We have hatched our very first Pokemon egg. Next, while I was catching some more Pokemon, I saw a shiny Geodude out of the corner of my eye. It so happened to be the world's smallest shiny Geodude to go along with my regular one. And on day 185, we have done a lot of catching of Pokemon. We caught him, and now we have 185 Pokemon caught on day 185. Day 186, it seems like another egg is ready, so we'll go ahead and claim that thing as well. But whilst we're waiting for that, we're going to get a Water Stone crafted because I wanted to evolve my Eevee into a Vaporeon, and that is exactly what we did. So we give the Water Stone to the Eevee, and there we have our Eevee evolving into a Vaporeon. How awesome is that? Then I spent the next few days trying to level up all of my Pokemon to level 100 to complete one of my goals. And that's exactly what I did. As you can see, I have 6 new Pokemon, all level 100. Now I spent the next several days trying to find myself a legendary. I didn't do it in the last 100 days. So in 200 days, I was determined to find one. I spent a lot of time around this extreme hills biome, and eventually we found a Rayquaza. I could not believe my eyes. Rayquaza is one of my favorite legendaries, if not my favorite one. I am a big fan of Pokemon Emerald, so I tried to catch it using an Ultra Ball, and obviously that failed, even though we put it to sleep. So we had to get out the Master Ball to guarantee there will be no failures in catching this Pokemon. And there we go. We have the legendary Rayquaza level 70. Let's fly off into the distance with our new legendary. Next, I took all of the rare candies I've been gathering through these 200 days, and I started using them all on my Rayquaza, getting it to level 100. As you can see, the attack stats are pretty overpowered. Then I spent some more time catching Pokemon, and we got all the way to 199. And the 200th Pokemon I caught was this Cherum right here, a nice little Pokemon. We threw our Pokeball, and there you have it. We have caught 200 Pokemon in 200 days, completing another objective. Completing 20% of the Pokédex got me some more keys, which I used to get some more Master Balls. And finally, on day 200, I spent my time fishing because that's what I deserve after a long 100 days of work. It's also becoming tradition at this point because that's how I also ended my last 100 days. Well, that was my journey playing 200 days in Minecraft Pixelmon. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I spent a lot of time working on it, so if you did enjoy it, be sure to smash the like button and also click the subscribe button and notification bell if you're new. I hope to see you on the server play.pokesaga.org. Make sure you come and visit me at /warpgrape. And otherwise, I just wanted to thank you all again for the support. And I have to remind you all to stay positive, keep a smile on your faces. Goodbye.